it's that time again to look at top games and people who give them 1-star review. Or, as you should probably call it, Jeremy has some filler he needs to throw in there because he's behind on the rest of his good videos, so he's throwing this in this week. I am going to look at Gaia Project. Gaia Project is currently here on Board Game Geek. It has over 26,000 reviews, and 92 of them are 1-star reviews. And guess what? This is where I ranked it. I haven't played it. Honestly, I haven't. I see it at conventions and I've seen people play it. It looks giant. It looks exhausting. I would like to kind of try to play it once just to see what the fuss is. But at the same time, I've seen people play the same game for an entire day. That's a bit much for me. Maybe they weren't playing the entire day. Maybe it was like a couple hours or 5 hours, but they were playing for a very long time. So I would like to do it once, see what the fuss is, hullabaloo. Oh well, but let's see what other people have decided what this game is and why they give it a 1-star review. I can't get behind any game that is a any game that is a re-implementation of Terra Mystica, even if it had an awesome space theme to it. Still, the same Terra Mystica underneath. 1 star. Zero fun! Played it at 2 players. Seems a game where you intend to block other players. We hate that. Complexity for the sake of complexity. 1 star. I'm hoping that it's a typo here and not just on there. It's going to actually say what it says, but I think it's supposed to be the ugly clone of Terra Mystica. 1 star. Awful Deja Vu. 1 star. Drop. 1 star. Awful Deja Vu. 1 star. The most long and boring and drawn out awful experience I have ever had playing this game the 3 times I had to. You had to play it 3 times? Who's making you play games like that? If you don't want to play, don't play. I played with experts at this game, and the only thing I can say is if you don't study every strategy, opening, and faction, you are basically a useless bot waiting for your turn. Downtime is a lot. The interaction is minimal. You are playing a solo game when sometimes you have to rethink what to do next. Materials, graphics, iconography are very poor for the price. I really dislike the artwork of this slog of a game. They say this game becomes good after a lot of plays, but I don't have 3 hours each time to maybe improve, nor the will to study a game that I personally dislike in every aspect. I can understand why some people like this. The optimization, tech tree, and theme can be interesting, but personally, I hope I will never have to play this again. 1 star. Another BGG Top 100 game about nothing. It represents the genre. Let's put into the game as many abstracts and counterintuitive elements and mechanisms as only possible, and let's pretend that all this fits well together in a way that only elite geeks can appreciate. Don't get fooled with colorful boards, plenty of beautiful elements and the other stuff. The game is bloody heavy in the worst, non-elegant way. Unlike Lacerda's games, another master of this genre, here I didn't find even tiny element of mechanisms that would be interesting, attractive, or innovative. 1 star. Euro! 1 star. Awful Deja Vu. 1 star. Much better game than Terra Mystica, but not enough better to win me over. 2018 829. Reducing from 5.5. I had an epiphany. An epiphany, you say? Terra Mystica is Catan 2.0 and Gaia Project is Catan 2.5. The primary mechanism in all 3 is build up, connecting settlements. Also in all 3, the state of the game after the players place their first building is the single largest factor in the outcome of the game, which is why they are horrible games, unworthy of anybody's time or interest. 1 star. Design. 1 star. And finally, Awful Deja Vu. 1 star. Tell me what you think of Gaia Project. Is it a Terra Mystica clone that doesn't need to be made, or is it a Terra Mystica clone set in space that someone might like? Who knows? Sometimes this can be a little bit of a slog. especially if I haven't played the game. I mean, I kind of know of it, but it's just like trying to like make fun of this. It's not going to be really great, but I did enjoy the one review of Awful Deja Vu. I feel like I've heard that before.